just don't see old school body-on-frame SUVs like you used to, due to the popularity of crossovers. Nevertheless, Lexus is still building its tried and true GX, a truck-based SUV that's built on the same platform as Toyota's rugged 4Runner. Anyone looking for a luxury body-on-frame midsize SUV, the GX is one of the only few choices. So let's go ahead and take a closer look and check out this 2017 Lexus GX. Now the GX has been in this generation for actually quite some time now, ever since around the 2010 model year. So it's a pretty long time coming. And I got an update a couple of years ago, which included restyling on the front fascia for the vehicle. And then you also did get updated features too. And when they updated the vehicle, you got the new spindle grille design and new LED headlights. And in terms of styling for the vehicle, I think it's quite an interesting looking truck-based SUV. It's not the prettiest thing on the road for sure, but it's certainly distinctive and unique, and it's love it or hate it in terms of styling, just like with many of other Lexus's vehicles. Now, it's kept overall the same silhouette ever since the GX was actually introduced in the 2003 model year, and I really think it's time for a full redesign for the vehicle. But here goes the key fob design for the GX. Here you have your lock, unlock, and your panic alarm, as well as your power tailgate. You have smart key access on the driver's door as well as the front passenger door. And you have a full-on black leather interior. Pretty dated looking seat designs. Looks like it came straight out of 2008. You have your power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Now, not much has changed for the 2017 model year, except for that they have introduced a new sports package for the GX, and then also you can get second row captain's chairs now instead of just the full bench seating. Now, in terms of the interior design, it's pretty stylish. It's a very upright kind of design since this is a truck-based SUV, but I really do love the stitching on the dash. That's a pretty nice styling detail. But you won't find the mouse-like controller that you will find in many of other Lexus's vehicles. This is their old school touchscreen navigation system that they used to have in all of their models back in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a big old brawny 4.6 liter V8. Now you have a leather wrapped and a wood grain steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, pretty traditional stuff here. We have a 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. When you put the vehicle into reverse, rear view camera with guidance signs, but no trajectory. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights, fog lights, and the hazards. All windows are fully automatic. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the vehicle. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators and blind spot detection. 18-inch alloy wheels, fairly conservative looking, but if you get this new sports package on the GX, it does spicing up the wheels as well as the exterior styling for the vehicle. Coming up front, we do have LED headlights, and you have headlight washers and LED fogs, as well as LED daytime running lights. Alright, now powering the GX here is a very traditional 4.6 liter V8, no turbochargers or anything like that. Produces 301 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 329 pound-feet of torque at 3,500 RPM. Now, this is quite underpowered, especially by today's standards. The GX certainly needs a boost up in horsepower as well as torque. EPA estimates you're looking at a pretty dismal 15 in the city and 18 on the highway. You can also go for a 4-wheel drive for the GX here. Now, the GX with the 6-speed automatic transmission, it does shift fairly well with this powertrain. However, this is just really underpowered by today's standards. EPA estimates, like I said, 15 city, 18 highway. Total vehicle price is $59,667. Government 5-star safety ratings. This vehicle has not been rated yet. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is in good old Japan. Coming to the rear of the GX, you have LED taillights, rear reflectors, rear parking sensors, and a LED third brake light. Of course, all of your basic power necessities, power windows, door locks, and your power mirrors are actually located up here. They do power fold, which is a nice little feature. And you have your memory seat settings for 2 people. Chrome interior door handles. These running boards do help out quite a lot when getting in and out of the GX. Even though this is a pretty dated interior design, it does have very high quality materials, and fit and finish is excellent. You will find soft touch materials everywhere inside of the GX here, and you'll find stitching on the dash and stitching right here too. And build quality is just excellent. You won't find any panel gaps or anything of that nature. Overall, interior quality, you certainly won't be disappointed. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, this is a very old school steering wheel design from Lexus. But over here we have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then Bluetooth phone controls, voice recognition on the right side right here, and then your cruise control stock is located down there. They also use this same cruise control stock on Toyota's vehicles. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster here, very dated looking. You won't find a digital speedometer or anything of that nature. No big old TFT instrument cluster. They certainly do need that inside of here. On the left you have your tachometer and the coolant temperature. On the right, fuel gauge and your speedometer. In the center shows you your vehicle information, such as your exterior temperature readout, and then also shows you what gear you're in, shows you what safety technologies are on or off. Pretty basic overall. They certainly need to change that. Coming up here, auto dimming rearview mirror with garage home link. And then you have your conversation mirror, SOS Safety Connect, map lights, and your sunroof with your sunroof controls. And down here you will find a little storage cubby with a two USB ports and an auxiliary input, 12-volt power outlet, heated and ventilated front seats, 3-staged. And then you also do have your downhill descent control and your 4-wheel drive select. Dual cup holders. And right here is where you'll find your center console. And you have your removable tray. Pretty deep center console. Plenty of console space inside of there, and the lid is of course soft touch. Seating comfort in the GX is okay, certainly not the best, certainly needs a lot more side bolstering, and the seats are not that plush, not by Lexus's standards at least. Thigh support is okay, certainly can be better. Visibility out of the GX is pretty good. There's lots of glass area all around, and you have big old exterior mirrors. Seeing on the windshield is pretty good too. When you get to rearward visibility, it's not too bad, but a rear view camera does come as standard equipment. Glove box compartment. It's not lined with felt or anything. Coming to your infotainment system and your main head unit, this is the Lexus Inform system. Like I said earlier in the video, it's without the mouse-like controller, and that's very unusual. You won't find that in many of other Lexus's vehicles, but it is a touchscreen, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little old school. Coming to your different audio sources, we do have all of the norm, AM, FM, satellite radio, your CD player with your optical disc drive, USB port with iPod integration, Bluetooth, and your auxiliary input, and your AV audio jack. Coming to your navigation system, pretty standard stuff here. You can enter in your destination by voice. This shows you live traffic, and you can also change the map mode and all that good stuff, and it shows you your direction of travel too. Coming to your climate functions, you could control your fan speeds, different zones, and you also do have your climate controls down here, and you do have dual zone automatic climate control with your temperatures, fan speeds, all that good stuff. And this is your home screen right here, and you can configure the home screen however you would like. Coming to your apps, this shows you your Lexus app suite, which gives you things like iHeartRadio, Pandora, and OpenTable.com. And you have your fuel consumption, gives you a little bar graph, traffic incidents, live weather, and your Lexus Insider. The rendering and the graphics are certainly pretty dated, and overall this system certainly needs to be updated. As far as the way the GX drives, it really drives like the truck-based SUV it is. And while it can be a bad or a good thing for some people, it certainly doesn't handle like a modern crossover like Lexus's own RX. And it's pretty ponderous around corners and sharp turns. Now, the 4.6 liter V8, like I mentioned earlier, is pretty underpowered, and it provides pretty dismal fuel efficiency numbers even for a vehicle of this size. But the 6-speed automatic transmission does work fairly well. At least the GX does have a pretty smooth and a comfortable ride quality, which is nice, and it soaks up road bumps fairly well, and it's really quiet inside, especially at highway speeds. However, when you're handling this vehicle, it's just not the best SUV to handle. It just feels like an old school truck-based SUV, but some people like that. But at least the GX is a vehicle that can go off-road anytime it would like, and it's a great luxury SUV if you're looking to go off-road, as it has pretty high ground clearance and pretty good off-road capabilities. All right, and let's go ahead and shut down the GX. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Materials and build quality do follow through in the rear. You have second row reclining seats, and these seats do fold down, of course. And like I said, a new change that they've made for the 2017 model year is that you can actually get captain's chairs back here. Now, you do have dual map pockets back here, heated rear seats, and climate controls back here, which is nice. What I'm very surprised about is that there's no DVD entertainment system, but you could certainly get that. But for the price, I would certainly expect it to be standard equipment. You have a rear center armrest with cup holders, and the headrests are all adjustable back here. The seats back here, just like the front ones, they're not Lexus soft, and I'm quite surprised. They're actually very firm. Thigh support is lacking a little bit. It certainly can be better with the second row seats. The captain's chairs are a little bit better than the full bench seating in terms of comfort. And there's an okay amount of legroom and an okay amount of headroom. All right. Now, just to show you how old school the GX is here, it has a swing out rear cargo door. And I think this is the only vehicle in production that actually has this now. But this is what SUVs used to have. Many SUVs used to have like 20 or 30 years ago. Now back here, there's an okay amount of cargo space. You have your cargo net. You have third row seating back here, but certainly only recommended for small children. All the seats do fold flat. And you have your cargo floor mats right here, then your regular floor mats. But they really need to change this swing out rear cargo door. Powered passenger seat with power recline and power lumbar. So if off-roading and truck-based SUV styling are main priorities for you in your SUV, then you may find plenty to like of the GX. However, if you're just looking for a family vehicle that has plenty of cargo space and plenty of interior space, then you may want to check elsewhere. The Lexus GX is basically an old truck-based SUV fitted up with luxury. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.